Hi, all. Welcome to week 8. In our book, the chapter that we were looking at was treating employees as resources and not resistors. This section was by Scott Sonnenschein. So, organizations regularly go through change. Most have played some part in it at some point or another. However, how often have we been a part of change that has been ineffective? I think that happens often in our workforce and different teams that we've been a part of, that a big change has come, and when it rolls out, it causes issues, and typically it's an ineffective change, or can be an ineffective change when it wasn't rolled out appropriately. When change is rolled out properly, employees are able to be resources and thought to be resistors. This is a dangerous place to claim that employees resist change. By treating employees as resistors to change, leaders can create a self-fulfilling prophecy that in turn turns the employees into resistors. This can cause change to backfire quickly. So we need to think of employees as valuable resources to help them initiate and implement change. Many of the employees that we have, our team members that we have, often come with lots of experience, even from different specialties, that can help with any kind of changeover. Somebody might be really specialized in one area that can help make this change go more smoothly. When employees are empowered, they are often viewed as resourceful. So there's 3 leadership practices to transform employees from resistors to resources for change. Practice 1, employees must feel empowered to be resourceful. It is important for people to feel ownership over their outcomes and have the latitude to experiment in order to optimize those outcomes. Practice 2, leaders can help shape employee storytelling by helping employees understand how change is a part of the larger plan. The understanding is important because employees often get cynical during repeated change efforts and sometimes view managers as actors. Leaders need to be transparent as possible and to help the employees understand the big picture. I am going through this in my own job right now. I know I talk a lot about the healthcare field, but over the last couple of years, especially in long-term care, it has always been very hard to keep staff up. Just in general, a lot of people have no interest in taking care of the geriatric population. Often the nurses and the CNAs are highly underpaid with very little staff. Often my nurses have 37 patients apiece, and that's actually above what the state minimum is, which is sad. My CNAs have anywhere from 14 to 17 people that they have to take care of on a regular basis, from getting them up in the mornings, getting them showered, getting them bathed, feeding them, dressing them, doing restorative programs with them. And so one of the things, there's been so many changes, and it was even worse during COVID. It was just constantly giving us new changes. And we kind of hit rock bottom at one point, and we started using staffing agencies, which we tried to stay away from because it really affects our budget, because you're paying double agency prices, and then in return your budget is shot. So we started trying to phase out some of the some of these outside agencies. So we made a in-house agency with all of our people that were underneath our facility in our building. The only way that we could get them raises were for them to join this in-house agency. So we did that. Big changeover. And then everybody went over to this in-house staffing agency. We did get rid of some of the outside staffing agency that were costing more money. And now they've come to me this past week and said, we're going to get rid of the in-house agency, get rid of all the staffing agencies, and now we're just going to raise our rate of pay. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I've asked you guys to do that for 2.5 years. We could have not gone through all of these different changes had you involve some of the leadership even here within the facility instead of just at the corporate level. I can't imagine the amount of money that we have wasted on trying to keep staff in the building through staffing agencies if we could have just raised our rates in-house and gave a fair wage. So now we're going through that. We're changing all of the staffing agencies back over into under our facility company name and having to redo all the applications and all of that. And I really had to explain, just being transparent, like, guys, this is at the end of the day, healthcare is a business, and we don't like to think about it that way, but in this country it is. And they're looking at cost versus what they're paying out versus what we're getting paid from, Medicare and Medicaid to take care of these patients. And if we can get everybody back in house, this is going to leave us more room in our budget to better care and offer more services for these residents. So it's moving slowly, but definitely getting them to see the bigger picture. So one of my questions for you is, how, as a leader, have you helped explain or present the bigger picture? Practice number 3 is to remind employees of their capabilities, but also the urgency of the situation. Remind employees of their knowledge, experience, and values, that their knowledge, experience, and values can help them see themselves as resources and help facilitate the change within the organization. The other question I have is, as a leader, how have you helped employees or other team members realize their potential and their effect that they can have on change within the organization? Thank you guys for listening. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Thanks.